Hello students, welcome to the lecture of structure of atom. Next comes the visible light. We all know about the visible light because it is the only part of the electromagnetic spectrum that is detected by human eye. Detectable to human eye. We cannot see UV or IR through our eyes. We can only see visible light. So what is the wavelength range of visible light? It is from 700 nanometer to 400 nanometer. 400 nanometer is the violet light and 700 nanometer is the red light. So this is the range of visible light. What is the frequency range? Frequency range is 4 into 10 to the power 14 to 8 into 10 to the power 14 Hz. Now, as we know that the visible light has a separate spectrum that is written as VIBGYOR. Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red that we see in the rainbow. But this is the spectrum of the visible light. Red light has the highest wavelength, that is the longest wavelength and lowest frequency, and violet light has the shortest wavelength and highest frequency. So according to wavelength, red is the highest, then orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And for frequency, this will be the opposite. This will be the opposite. Okay. So the next part of the spectrum is infrared or IR. IR also has multiple applications. The wavelength range of IR is 1 millimeter to 700 nanometer and the frequency range is 3 into 10 to the power 11 to 4 into 10 to the power 14 Hz. Okay, so one thing is visible light. How is visible light produced? Visible light is produced by electronic transition. From higher energy level to lower energy level. We will read about this later on in details. Okay, and it is detected by eyes and photocells. So infrared is produced by vibrations of atoms and molecules. IR is detected by thermopile bolometer, etc. Okay. The next one is microwave. Microwave has a wavelength range of 3 into 10 to the power 8. Microwave has a wavelength range of 0.1 meter to 1 millimeter. So microwaves are even longer than the IR. Microwaves have a frequency range of 3 into 10 to the power 8 to 3 into 10 to the power 11 Hz. Okay. So microwaves are produced by crystal bulbs or magnetron bulb. And they are detected by point contact diodes. Microwaves have a very popular application in the microwave ovens. Microwave ovens. So they actually generate heating. Then comes the radio waves. Radio waves are the longest waves of electromagnetic spectrum. Radio waves have a wavelength greater than 0.1 meter. Radio waves can extend up to several meters. Some of the longer wavelengths of radio waves can be of several meters. Their frequency range is from 3 into 10 to the power 3 to 3 into 10 to the power 8 Hz. So they also have smallest frequencies. Radio waves are produced by rapid acceleration or deceleration of electrons. Electrons in aerials actually, and they are detected by receivers aerials. So these was the electromagnetic spectrum. According to wavelength, if we arrange the electromagnetic spectrum, it will be gamma rays are the shortest, then X-rays, then UV, then visible, then IR, then microwave, then radio waves. This is the arrangement of electromagnetic spectrum according to the wavelength, and according to frequency, the order of the electromagnetic spectrum will be just the opposite. that the gamma rays will have the highest frequency, then X-rays, then UV, then visible, then IR, then microwaves, then radio waves. So as we know that, we will study in a later topic that energy is directly proportional to frequency. So if gamma rays have the highest frequency, then gamma rays will also have highest energy. And since radio waves have the lowest frequency, so radio waves will have lowest energy. So now we have studied about the electromagnetic radiations and electromagnetic spectrum. All this while the light was considered as waves. Electromagnetic radiations were considered as waves which had electrical component and magnetic component perpendicular to each other, and both of these components were perpendicular to the direction of propagation of light. All this while electromagnetic wave radiations were considered as waves, but there were certain factors which were not explained by the wave nature of light. So later on Max Planck stated Planck's quantum theory. Planck's quantum theory was based on certain factors which were not explained by the wave nature of light. So what were those factors? Factors not explained by wave nature of light. So the first one was nature of emission of radiation from hot bodies. That is, some bodies, when they are heated up, they emit some kind of radiation. The nature of those radiations were not explained by wave nature of light. This phenomenon is particularly known as black body radiation. The second one is ejection of electrons from metal surface when a radiation strikes. When a radiation strikes on the metal surface, they eject electrons. This was called photoelectric effect. Photo comes from light and electric comes from electron. This was photoelectric effect. And the third factor was variation of heat capacity of solids as a function of temperature. And the fourth factor was line spectra of atoms with reference to hydrogen. So, these were the four factors. One was black body radiation, another was photoelectric effect, another was variation of heat capacity, and line spectra of atoms. These were not explained by wave nature. So, next we will read about the particle nature of wave radiations. Since we had told earlier that radiation or light or electromagnetic radiations have two types of properties. One is the wave nature and one is the particle nature. So, till now we have read about the wave nature. Now, we will read about the particle nature of light. Particle nature was proposed first by Max Planck in 1980. So, we will next read about that. Thank you.